Hi, how is the day?
Fine, still I feel it can be better.
Oh, my friend, is it so?
Yes, it is.
My friend, do you know, is it possible to conduct electricity without wires?
Wireless electric power transfer is theoretically possible, and it's in the R&D phase of many leading research labs in the world.
Then,
NASA hopes to power its Mars rover wirelessly in future missions.
oh, I see.
The basic technology is simple: rectify the received microwave signal using a microwave low-pass filter and a diode. This structure is called rectenna, rectifier plus antenna.
Okay, then,
Many radio frequency identification (FIT) systems work on wirelessly transferred electric power.
is it?
But to power your mobile system wirelessly, considerable power needs to be discharged, which can be hazardous.
Thank you, friend, for sharing. My friend, do you know, can there be light without heat?
Yes, we can have light without heat.
Then,
The light from such reactions is called cool light. Many chemical reactions produce both light and heat.
oh, I see.
A burning candle is such a reaction. It is much less common for a chemical reaction to produce light without heat.
Is it?
Such chemical reactions are called chemiluminescent reactions, the most familiar of which occur in living organisms. Fireflies produce light without heat through this reaction.
Thank you, friend, for sharing. My friend, do you know, how is the distance between planets calculated?
The distance between planets was calculated by Copernicus using Kepler's third law of planetary motion.
Then,
Using this law, the distance between planets can be calculated.
thank you, friend, for sharing. My friend, do you know, can sunlight be stored? Plants take in sunlight and combine it with carbon dioxide from the air and water and minerals from the ground. The energy of sunlight is stored in the leaves. Then, some of the sunlight gets stored underground. This stored sunlight is in the form of fossil fuels like coal and petroleum. Solar energy can be stored at high temperatures using molten salts. Oh, I see. Off-grid photovoltaic (PV) systems use rechargeable batteries to store excess electricity generated through PV cells. Is it? Pumped storage hydroelectricity stores energy in the form of water pumped when energy is available from a lower elevation reservoir to a higher elevation one. Thank you, friend, for sharing.
My friend, do you know, what is the mind's clock? A group of 20,000 cells in the hypothalamus, called the suprachiasmatic nuclei, SCN, that determines an organism's internal rhythm is referred to as the mind's clock. Then, research led by Richter showed that these cells are situated in the frontal part of the hypothalamus and control the rhythmic circadian behavior. Oh, I see. In 1970, researchers located the specific target in the hypothalamus that was playing the leading role, a small group of 20,000 cells. Okay then. This was confirmed by injecting radioactive amino acids into rats, which led to a change in their behavior and internal clock. Is it? This tiny speck, its volume only 1/3 of a cubic millimeter, was called the mind's clock. Thank you, friend, for sharing.
My friend, do you know, how do clouds move in the sky?
Clouds are formed when water evaporates from rivers, ponds, oceans, and lakes. The tiny droplets of water cling to particles like dust, salt, or smoke.
Then,
the air containing this evaporated water vaporizes and expands at higher altitudes where the air pressure is lower and clouds move with the wind.
oh, I see.
High cirrus clouds are moved by a jet stream and sometimes travel at 100 kmph. When clouds are a part of a thunderstorm, they usually travel at 30-40 kmph.
Is it?
Clouds do not fall to the ground as they are made up of tiny droplets of water, which fall very slowly through air and come down with rain or snow.
Thank you, friend, for sharing.
My friend, do you know what is albedo?
The albedo of an object is the extent to which it diffusely reflects light from the sun. It is a more specific form of reflectivity.
Then,
Albedo is the ratio of the diffusely reflected to incident electromagnetic radiation.
oh, I see.
It is a unitless measure indicative of a surface's or a body's diffuse reflectivity. Albedo is a Latin word for whiteness.
Is it?
The range of possible values is from 0, dark, to 1, bright. It is an important concept in climatology and astronomy.
Thank you, friend, for sharing.
My friend, do you know what is green oil? Green oil is a lubricant which is non-toxic, biodegradable, petroleum-free, and less expensive. Then, the greenwood chain saw oil was first blended by the Green Oil Company in 1992. These days, in addition to chainsaw oil, it is blended with environmentally safe hydraulic fluids like elevator oil, greases, bicycle oils, and concrete form oil. Thank you, friend, for sharing. My friend, do you know what is bluejacking?
Bluejacking is the sending of unsolicited messages over Bluetooth to Bluetooth-enabled devices such as mobile phones.
Then,
PDAs or laptop computers, sending a vCard which typically contains a message in the name field, that is, for Blue dating or Blue chat,
to another Bluetooth-enabled device via the OBEX protocol.
Thank you, friend, for sharing. My friend, do you know what is push-to-talk feature in mobile phones?
Push-to-talk, PTT, also known as press-to-transmit, is a method by which we can communicate on half-duplex communication lines, including two-way radio, using a momentary button to switch from voice reception mode to transmit mode.
Then,
a two-way radio can both transmit and receive. A transceiver, unlike a broadcast receiver which only receives content.
oh, I see.
Two mobile phones having this feature enabled can be used like a walkie-talkie, but, of course, within a limited range.
Thank you, friend, for sharing.